Am I live yet? Can I stop humming? Hello, hello, hello. Here we are, folks. Here we are. It is Saturday, everybody. Awesome. Hello, Pete. Hello, Jackfly. Hello, Jay, Pyrola. What's up, Yasmin? How is everybody doing today? Pete says you're live, Dan. Good, good, good. Fantastic. Just had a lovely fry up. My lovely wife is off to London for a week. So I'm all alone. No one here beside me. But it's going to be, fun. I'll keep myself busy, I'm sure. And I have the lovely company of all you lovely people. I've said lovely a lot so far on this stream. That's lovely. So yesterday was the first double bill live stream I've ever done. And I thought it was really, really fun. I think now I've done it, I don't know if it's something I would do like weekly or all the time or anything like that. Because it was a bit of an odd feeling in a way, kind of doing like a 3-hour live stream and then having like 2 hours off and then coming back on again. It was like quite sort of, I'd probably get into the habit of it. But yeah, I want to make sure everything's sustainable and manageable. So it's definitely not the last time I'll do it because it was absolutely great. But yeah, there's going to be more, but it might not be a regular thing. It might be a kind of like random every few weeks or something like that. And yeah, I feel we got some lovely new faces in. I said lovely again. And I feel that they really enjoyed it as well. So that was really cool. Parola says such a lovely stream. Yeah. Yasmin says lovely is a lovely word. Pete says very British of you, Dan. Lovely. Yasmin says what UK time did the stream end? Just nearly 2 in the morning, I think. And then there was the thing as well of like being totally wired at like 2 in the morning, because when you come off a stream, it's always an odd feeling of going from feeling like you're in a room full of people to suddenly being completely alone. It's like, whoa. The biggest time I had that is I was doing a Q&A for a screening of my film Sisters. I was in Spain and the screening was in Boston. So there was a panel, of some people speaking, some Afghan women talking, one of whom, Maram, who featured in the film. And I was there on a big screen at the back, and I couldn't see anybody, but I could just kind of hear people and like whoever had the microphone, like their question to me and stuff like that. But it was weird. So I was just kind of looking at myself, but I knew there was like a couple of hundred people looking at me and I couldn't see them. And people were asking me questions and it was so surreal. But the most surreal thing was when it ended, I said goodbye. Then suddenly it was like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm in Spain in an apartment by myself. Like, whoa, that's so strange. I feel like I just teleported or something. It's very, very, very surreal. Yasmin says, oh, okay, yeah, I can't have stayed awake for that long. Glad it was a good one though. Yeah, lots of fun. Parola says, yeah, when I used to stream, it always took me several hours before I calmed down properly. Yeah, for sure. Jay says, I liked it. Late afternoon stream was very pleasant. Awesome. Awesome. Like a gig post hype. A little bit like that. Yeah. Though it's kind of the opposite in a way with a gig. I always found it really, really overwhelming when I was gigging a lot. When you play a show, and obviously you've got a lot of nerves before it. No matter how much I was playing, I was always nervous. And then you perform and it's overwhelming. There's lights in your face. It's hot. There's people dancing. You've energy, throwing your guitar around and stuff. And then you come off stage, and what you kind of want, really, for me, as maybe a bit more of an introvert, is to kind of just like be alone for a little while, and just kind of digest that, and sort of take it in and be like, okay, everything went well. It was all good. Okay, calm, bring it down a notch. But instead, often in my position, I'd have to like pack up a load of kit. So there's that. Make sure that's packed. You haven't missed anything, and then come out and everybody's talking to you. Everybody's talking to you, which is lovely. I'm not certainly not like sniffing at the fact that people want to come over and say, "Oh, I liked your playing tonight," or "Oh, I love this song," or just ask questions. But it would be like it would get more intense coming off the stage, I'd find sometimes. Miani, hello. Hi, all. Fell asleep at the stream last night, but I hope it went well. I think a few people did. Like when it got to the kind of very end of the stream, I was kind of like saying goodbye, and the chat was just like silent. I was like, "Is anybody there?" And people started popping up there. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here. Just kind of dozing off a bit. It's like, yeah, interesting. It's yeah. It's like it did get late, didn't it, for many? Obviously, good for those in the US for sure. But yeah, getting a little sleepy towards the end. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I loved the music we got into. Really, really awesome. So for anybody who's just stumbled across this stream right now, maybe you're flicking through shorts or something, and you're like, who's this idiot with a cap on? I am a musician and a filmmaker, and I'm taking live requests to do reaction videos over on Twitch. So I'm going to throw the Twitch link in the chat, and you can come over and join. Absolutely free to watch. If you want to make a request, you can do it through BuyMeACoffee, any amount you kind of like. And yeah, and we'll get into it and doing breakdowns, getting into the music without being too theory heavy, keeping it fun, keeping it interesting, and just talking about yeah, just like all kinds of different discussions. It's a whole lot of fun. Parola says I only have post-gig hype from the audience point of view. Yeah, I mean, you're going to a gig, I find can be overwhelming and overstimulating, Yasmin says, after Found Festival, JD sat by himself in the grass just on his phone, bless him, seemed so done with people for a while. I bet, yeah, big shows like that. Pyro says, the post-gig buzz is going to be what keeps Christina and me awake going back to Bristol after the TLJ Nottingham gig in May, for sure. Pete says, me too, a week, month, year after the event, I often think to myself, I was experiencing this, and it might take me right back, and it takes me right back. Yeah. Very cool. Pete, you gave me your requests for last night's stream, but I realized like a minute into the song, I was like, hang on a minute, haven't actually seen Pete on this stream tonight. So I carried them over to today. I hope that's okay. But I thought that would be the best thing to do, so you're here. Yeah, so we are live in 1 minute. I'm going to throw the link in the chat. Let me find it real quick. There it is. So if you can't see the chat, the link is www.twitch.tv/peacebeats with Dan. I've been Dad's taxi. Peace Pizza. Awesome. Yeah. Good stuff. Yasmin says, oh, my donation is down as someone for some reason. I couldn't save my name, but I could edit it after and put my name in the message. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got your requests lined up. So before we go live, I'll quickly read them out. We've got Ren, Spontaneous Stream Jam, Dimash Kadaibergen. This is a new one. Gashquit. I can't say it, so I'm not going to try. The Antiguan Graveyard. That's Teacups. Longest Johns, The Wellerman, Bobby Bass, Love Hate, She's an Angel, Noah Music, PYT, Michael Jackson, Amy Mann, Deathly. We've got Faith No More. What's this? 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile. Led Zeppelin, Thank You, awesome. We've got Typo Negative, the song is Some Stupid Tomorrow. Anne Brun and Riley O'Flynn, All We Want Is Love. Lovely. I seem to have that loaded up twice. Okay. Stardust, Stranger. Northwood, Storm in a Glass. Awesome. Good to be getting some more Northward. Amaranthi. Amaranthine. And then finally we've got lined up Super Vocal Boys and Dimash Queen medley. That's going to be very exciting. First time streaming from a Vimeo, but it should work just fine, I think. It should be all good. All right, okay. Hello, Claire. How's it going? What's up, Jay? Pyrola says, damn, we should have TLJ rolling along as well. I thought I'd put that in. Yeah, rolling along, the longest Johns. Yeah. That's in there. Number 4, I think. Let me see. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, definitely room for more. Definitely room for more. Okay, we're going to jump over to Twitch now, everybody. So the link again is www.twitch.tv/peacebeatswithdan. I'm going to push the button, start streaming, and we are now live on Twitch. Okay, everybody, I'll see you over there in just a moment, and we'll get into some proper music. Peace and love, everybody.